My name is Vedo. Stage name came from my dad, actually. I don't really think it has any meaning behind it, but my dad actually didn't want me to have the name because my dad was kind of in the streets from where we were from Benton Harbor, Michigan. So he was in the streets doing this thing, and everybody knew him as Vedo, and he didn't want me to be, associated with what he was doing in the streets, trying to make it, trying to make a living, trying to make it happen. So he didn't want me to be associated with that. But my mom, she didn't care, because at the time my dad was locked up. So she was like, I'm gonna name him Vedo. So I'm actually Lil Vedo, he's Big Vedo.
I see. Do people actually think this is your real name?
Yeah, they do actually think it's my real name, but now they know my real name because a bunch of the placements I've been getting, my actual name is in the credits.
Care to share what the real name is?
Yeah, real name is Wilbert McCoy. It's Wilbert Vedo McCoy III.
I see. So, but Vedo's actually in your birth certificate?
Well, no, it's not on my birth certificate, but that's what I put on all my credits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I get it. Now, do people ever mispronounce it?
Every now and again, some people pronounce it, but I think it's one of those names where people can tend to over-enunciate, but it's kind of like it just rolls off the tongue, Wilbert McCoy.
I meant Vedo.
Oh, of course, yeah, V-E-T-O. Well, people don't really mispronounce my name, but they definitely misspell it a lot. I get V-E-T-O, V-I-T-O, V-I-D-O. I mean, but everything but V-E-D-O.
Do you correct people when they misspell
it? Always, yeah.
Was there ever a thought on changing the name because of so many misspellings?
Nah, man. Honestly, I've had many names before this too. I've had name. I used to call myself Lil R&B, Playboy V, and Vedo actually just kind of was the last thing. I said, hey man, I keep making all these different names up, man. I want to just go with what people call me, Vedo. And I mean, it stuck with me, and Vedo's become one of those household names. Like, everybody know that name now.
Just those two names previous to Vedo? Or?
Yeah. I had some others I can't really remember. I know I had some other ones, though. Yeah, I definitely can't remember them, though.
Did changing your name over time, did that hurt your brand at all each time you changed it?
Oh, not at all, because the other names, nobody knew me as Lil R&B or as Playboy V. Playboy V actually wasn't bad, though. That was kind of cool. But, Nah, it definitely didn't hurt it at all, man. I think once I changed my name, people started to because it's an easy name. You can spell it. It's 4 letters. It's like, it looks well in different fonts and stuff like that. So, nah, actually it didn't, man. Because when I changed it, my brand started to grow.
I see. Why so many different name changes in the past?
I'm just trying to find myself. I mean, I think everybody that has some corny names, especially if you're an artist, has some corny names coming up. So, I think it's just trying to find myself, man. I've had somebody tell me I should change my name now. Like, no, why would I change my name? You know how many years I put into building the brand of Vedo up? Like, come on.
Each time you had changed your name previously, was that self-made decision there on changing it? Or did people suggest changing your name in the past like they did with Vedo?
No, it was self-made. Actually, I stand corrected. Actually, I changed it from that. It was Vedo the singer, which is all my social media stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because he had a bunch of Vedos out there. You got rappers, you got some mob bosses named Vedo. So I kind of wanted to set myself apart as Vedo the singer. And over time, I kind of, got rid of the singer because it was apparent oh, he's the singer. I didn't have to keep saying Vedo the singer. Yeah, so yeah.
I see. Now, do you ever look at Vedo as you, or do you ever look at the name Vedo as an alter ego or a character?
Nah, man, honestly, because I'm literally the same person. Wilbert is the same person as Vedo. Vedo is the same person as Wilbert. I'm one of those guys, man, where I'm super cool, super laid back. I like to make you laugh. We can have a good time. But I'm always about my business. You know what I'm saying? People do be trying to make fun of my name and say, oh, yeah, your name Wilbert? Oh, yeah, that's the name that come on all my checks, too. So keep that in mind.
Now, what is your ethnicity?
Black African American. 100%, baby. I think I might have something else in me. I don't know. You can see the waves, but I don't know. But from what I know, I think I'm just black.
Do people guess this when they meet you? Do they think you're something else when they meet you?
Nah, not at all. You know what I'm saying? I definitely got the black person nose, black person lips, forehead, and stuff like that. So they don't really think I'm mixed with anything.
Ever been curious with ancestry to see what else you might be possibly, or no?
I have actually. I'm actually interested in doing that. I just got to find the time to do it. But yeah, I definitely would want to, figure out exactly what it is and what runs in my blood. That'd be pretty dope to tell my kids.
Now, do you speak any other languages aside from English?
No, not at all.
Just English.
I know how to count to 10 in Spanish, but that's about it.
You actually took a Spanish class?
But what's crazy, yeah, I actually took Spanish 1 and 2 in high school, and I passed it with flying colors. Because I'm pretty sure this is everybody. Like, while you're actually in class, you the truth at it. Bam, you can speak whole sentences, you can talk in Spanish, but as soon as you leave or graduate, you forget all of it. So yeah, I actually took Spanish class in high school.
Why do you think that is?
Honestly, man, it just wasn't a necessity for my field of work. It's just like anything. It's just like anything in school. Like, there's a lot of stuff in school that we learn that has literally no ties except for like math, no ties to everyday life when you actually graduate high school. All that other stuff doesn't really matter. History and learning different. I mean, of course, if you want to, become a biologist or something like that. Like, I mean, but for most of the people, most of Americans, like a lot of stuff we learn in high school, we do not apply it to our everyday life.
Is there something that they don't teach and this is public school you attended?
Yeah.
Is there something they don't teach in the curriculum of public school you would like to see implemented?
Yeah, man. Money management, like, start teaching these kids about investments and, stocks and bonds and stuff like that, and how to really, because at the end of the day, everything is set up for you to come out of high school and go right into debt with college. Off the rip, you're automatically in debt. So I feel like if you start, if you start teaching these kids from 9th grade, even from, 8th grade, because some kids are really, really, really advanced. And some kids can start learning these stuff, these finance classes in 8th grade on up into, going to college and things like that. And it puts them ahead. Because I guarantee other people in other, that's not in public schools, man, they teach these kids pretty much everything. You feel me? Like I say, from finance, money management, being, investments and stuff like that, learning how to invest and when to invest and what to invest in. Like, that stuff right there, man, because as you get older, now you saying, okay, cool. Now I want to start getting into that. But now you got to go back and teach yourself all this. And how long it's going to teach you? How long it's going to take you to teach yourself to do this stuff? So I feel like, as kids, we're sponges, and I think it sticks with us longer because now we're grown folk and we have grown folk problems like bills and trying to stay afloat, and especially when you're the breadwinner in the family coming, family problems and stuff like that. And that's the last thing on your mind is me trying to learn something. Learn something when you already graduated.